Hello. I've been wanting to do a little video about this, probably for quite some time actually. I've really wanted to talk about 100 Thieves and what they've been up to over the last year and a half, 2 years. And I've just not got around to it, mainly because just life gets in the way and stuff. And then, literally, I think it was yesterday. When was this? July the 12th. Yeah, yesterday. I saw a video in passing on Twitter that's literally like this 15-second long video, and it's in true 100 Thieves style, and it's a major turning point because it kind of connects like the real world of fashion and a everyday household name and gaming together. So it does a lot for both parties. It brings people from the fashion industry into gaming and gaming into fashion. And that makes sense for 100 Thieves because that's pretty much what they've been doing. Is they've just been building themselves up as this kind of esports company that's a media company, but also like the main arm of it was originally like their clothing sales. And it's been a really interesting journey to watch Nadeshot and the whole team and all the other streamers and people involved with it. And I'm going to try and get into it a little bit and why I think it's the go-to blueprint now, apart from somebody like Optic, obviously Optic Gaming. If you're a Call of Duty fan, you'll know who I'm on about. Apart from Hecz and the way that Hecz operates, I'm sure that Nade has learned a lot from Hex's stuff. Hecz is always going to be the OG, but you know, Nadeshot is an OG Call of Duty player as well. Hecz and Nadeshot know each other very well because, you know, obviously he was in the OG team at one point. But yeah, I want to get into this. This is kind of a big deal. So this 15-second video, 2.1 million views. This was shared by Gucci yesterday. It's a 100 Thieves and Gucci coming together, working on a project together. And I presume some of the clothes that were shown in that last 15 seconds are part of the line. Now, what's cool about this, apart from cheeky Nade's face at the end of this, with the awesome highlighting of the blues on his face. Whoever's the camera operators and the director and everything, the lights and whatever, hat tips, amazing job on the video. But this is a big deal, right? Because you're blending a fashion house that everybody knows, or majority of people in the world would know Gucci and know the price of Gucci. It's a high-end product. So aligning yourself with a high-end product, you know, you want to bring up the level of quality of what you're doing, and or you think it's at that level, and obviously Gucci think it's at that level for them to like collaborate and work together on a what's called a capsule. Never heard it called a capsule before. Anyway, to give you a bit of context about this, this guy here, his name's Matt, and I've been following Matt as a consumer of Call of Duty content, video streams, gaming, multiplayer gaming, for forever, like well over a decade, I would say. And maybe not his early stuff, because I didn't really know Nadeshot early on, but I've like been through a lot of the OG stuff, so I kind of know his background. But Matt originally played for Optic Gaming way back, was an esports gamer for a long while, but he also was just a guy who worked for McDonald's before leaving college to take up a career in professional gaming. So what's interesting about Nade, he's got the whole package because he's a great esports player, played for many years, got many titles, well known in the scene, incredibly relatable to his generation, and to come from like working in McDonald's to now being like co-owner of 100 Thieves. He had a vision, he had an idea, he wanted to make these jackets, he wanted to augment his position as a ex-pro player and build something around it, and luckily he's got some incredible business partners to do that. So you can find Nade over on @Nadeshot on Twitter. He's got 2.9 million followers, retired fast food cashier turned professional gamer. The reason why I call this like a blueprint is I feel like this is how you do multi-distribution content in 2021. It's how you onboard influencers. It's how you like have multiple income streams. It's how you do relationship management in the industry. It's how you kind of revolutionize industries, actually, because you set a precedent to what you think the industry should look like. So go and check out Nade. He's Nadeshot on Twitter. He's Nadeshot on YouTube. Find out a little bit about the guy. Like, watch some of his popular videos. You can find out where he's from, what he's done, and how he's managed to turn that esports career into this like 100 Thieves brand. Now, this ain't small fry, and it's the reason why I'm doing a video about it, because I've been saying for years about esports. Esports is a perfect junction. Is at a perfect junction right now to go decentralized, so that you can have you own a whole lot. You have a blockchain or work with a blockchain. Something like BSV would be perfect, I think, for esports because of the low fees and near instant completion times. And esports is bringing so much money in from advertising. Old school advertising is kind of moving to digital advertising, or has moved to digital advertising. Everybody's really excited about NFTs, so there's obviously an NFT angle with the clothing line they do. And we're not talking small fries. $60 million from investors, including Drake, Scooter Braun, Cleveland Cavaliers owner, and Quicken Loans chairman Dan Gilbert, Artist Capital Management, Ludlow Ventures, Green Bay Ventures, and Sequoia. 100 Thieves' mission is to give every gamer something to be proud of. So I'm presuming they're talking about their merch line. But that's a hell of a great board of investors invested in the whole idea of 100 Thieves, and pushes it way past them just like knocking out stuff on Printful and t-shirts. They've actually, if you go and have a look at like the build of the 100 Thieves complex in LA before the pandemic hit, they were on a trajectory to open this like esports building and people play LANs there. It would have been like live stuff from it, and then the pandemic kind of shut down, quashed that idea, and they've been hustling and doing different angles since then. 2022-23 is going to be a really big time for 100 Thieves, and I think it will put them on the map more so than it is today. They've got a very cult following of people, but I think they'll become in the mainstream, and they're trying to do that by having these relationships with Gucci. Anyway, also check them out on Twitter, 100 Thieves. As you can see, again, nearly got 1 million followers here. And one thing I like about 100 Thieves, and the reason why I say they're a blueprint, is they connect their social media properly, right? So they've got a profile to Linktree, and it just brings you through to everything that they do. So their website, YouTube, esports, Twitter, esports, Instagram, everything else. Their website mainly is for selling their merch, and so what happens is they release their capsules every time they've got like a new season, and they get their influencers to model some of this stuff, also some friends and obviously models as well. But these things sell out incredibly quick, and they're not cheap. Like $135 here for an anorak. Let's have a look at these nylon pants, $85. So we're not talking cheap stuff. We're talking, hand designed, sourced from, top suppliers of clothing material. I just saw some of the Call of Duty players in there. That's Valkyrie in there as well. And this is the thing that I think 100 Thieves have done really well, is that they've created a vibe. They've attached themselves to a vibe, and the clothing is kind of the vibe for. It's a bit like the Monster in terms of the energy drinks, but they've done it for like fashion. And then what they've done on top of that is they've reached out to influencers. They have their own channel on YouTube, 1.3 million. They've got 100 Thieves Esports, which are 134,000 subscribers. So they're building up a whole bunch of different teams and a whole bunch of different games. So there's an income stream there from putting together really good teams. Obviously, Matt is well respected in the industry, so he gets to hear about up and coming players, and so he can kind of network and talk to those people and kind of put teams into the new contests as new contests pop up from these different big brands, EA and people like that. And then he goes and reaches out to people who have become friends, and they kind of live in a content house now. I'm not sure if they're all still in a content house, but they were. People like Valkyrie, probably #1 Twitch streamer. A lot of people would know Valkyrie, even if they're not into gaming. She's made such a big presence for herself online. 3.48 million subscribers, which is crazy. And then Courage JD, obviously, again, 3.39 million subscribers. So we're not talking small numbers. And together, when you mix all that pop together, you've got this incredible like advertising marketing machine, because You've just got a whole bunch of people that you can call on, or if there's some kind of news that needs to be put out about a new release, like new fashion line or like this Gucci thing, then everybody who's associated with it or is co-owners of that business, they can retweet it and send it out on their Twitter accounts. And you can see like what they're trying to do with their Instagram account. You can see that they're focusing on the brand. They're trying to push the merch. It's all merch with some of the influencers in there as well. And what I love about that is that they're not just concentrating on one thing. They're not just building. Oh, I didn't show you the merch. My bad. Like, this is the merch on their Instagram. You can see it's all like merch based t-shirts and pants and stuff. So the one thing I love about it, and the reason why I call it a blueprint, is that one, you've got the legacy of Matt. He's been around for a while. He's in the industry. He's well respected. He's a really fun guy. Like, I have a lot of time, a lot of respect for a guy who's like come from somewhere and kept it on a level pegging, even though he like goes and plays golf and does all those kind of like alpha stuff, like, you know, whatever, that's your bag, you know. And my point is that he's managed to assemble a team of people, a team of influencers, a team of investors around him that like his idea, like his story, can see his vision of what he's trying to achieve. He's built this, like, with the help of his partners, built that like complex to do live streaming, do events from, and he's positioned the business, or they've positioned the business in such a way that brands are attracted to that. Those relationships that he's building with like mainstream kind of well-known brands like Gucci are just gonna elevate the proposition even further. So I wanted to make this video because I've been wanting to make it for ages, and that kind of tipped me over. Like, I really wanted to now that they've done that, I kind of wanted to go the extra step and say something about it. But yeah, I think if you're doing an esports company, if you're doing a media company in 2021, 22 and beyond, it needs to be this multi-headed hydra income revenue making machine. So they've got incredible relationships with YouTube. So they've got all those YouTubers who are making their own money from AdSense and brand deals, but also they come together as the 100 Thieves tribe, if you like. It's almost like a digital clan or gang online, but they're focused around, you know, generating some funds, bringing people who are like up and comers in the scene who might not have access to technology. I can see them doing things in the future where, you know, maybe they'll do live contests or streamed contests where they give away hardware to up and comer gamers. They had a bunch of younger guys playing the Fortnite League, and I think they won millions in the worldwide Fortnite League. So yeah, if you're getting into esports, you're at college, you're at university, you're a gamer, and you're looking into this industry, definitely check out 100 Thieves, because the way that they've structured their business is definitely the way forward for other companies trying to achieve this level of exposure using all the platforms, TikTok, Instagram, all those like real-time things. And props to Matt and props to the team who pulled that off with the Gucci thing. That's going to be huge. And actually can't wait to see what they're going to drop. I legit think they're going to like have an interesting direction, because nobody really makes gamer clothing, right? You have like the chairs and you have the energy drinks, but nobody really like looked into the fact that a lot of these people are earning big amounts of cheddar, right? In this industry, they're making money from these like esports games. Like, people are making money in a team overnight. If they get through to a finals, then they're making big money. So then you want to be positioning in a way where it's like, hey, we've got this new drop. You know, that drop is probably going to be $1,000 or $2,000. They've got a clientele base of these professional players who are making bank, and they can sell to those people. So I like this business model. I like these multiple threaded income streams that they have going on. All right, that's me. I'm getting hot. There's fans on. I'm in front of the lights. I've not been in front of the lights for ages because it's summertime. I just want to be outside in summer, really. I don't want to be in front of the camera doing all this stuff. But, you know, you got to feed the YouTubes. You got to make the algorithms happy. That's it for me. I'll catch up with you soon. Props, 100 Thieves. You're badass.